Treasure books, we already have a lot of them. So when I first saw the cover and title of Tome of Intangible Treasures, I was like, why in God's name do we need another one? But then I saw it's not a treasure book at all. It's something completely different, and it's awesome. Hi there fellow roleplayers and game masters, my name is Mr. Tarask, and today I want to talk about Lone Colossus games. And if that doesn't ring a bell, well, it didn't ring a bell for me either, because I had little to no experience with their products. But then they sent me a package which contained this one, Injuries and Vile Deeds. Now, I have a lot of evil books in my possession for 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons. But this one is the first one where I'm like, if there is ever a book that needs a session 0, it's going to be this one. This is the book that reminds me the most about the Book of Vile Darkness by Montague Games for 3rd edition. One of my favorite books for 3rd edition. This one reminds me the most of it. It is pure and utter wickedness, evil, and I was flipping through it. I'm planning on reviewing this later this month on my channel with like my full review and opinion on it, but more information about it is in the link in the description below. But I was just blown away by the writing. I was blown away by the originality. I was blown away by the freaking awesome artwork in here. I was blown away by the freaking layout of this book. Everything is it just screams absolutely top quality, and I don't know how a company like Lone Colossus Games has flown under my radar for that long, but they have. And they also pointed me towards their new project. And it's this one right here, Tome of Intangible Treasures. Now, when I first saw this book, like I said in the introduction, I was like, another treasure book? Really? I have like 1,000 random rolling treasure tables. I cannot even count the amount of random rolling tables I have for treasure. Why another one? This is not a treasure book. This book interests me for completely different reasons. Now, as you can see, this is a backer kit page. It's the same idea as a Kickstarter. They were looking for 10k. They already have almost 30k in their account, 402 backers, and still 29 days to go. So it's safe to say they're going to make it, and they're going to be doing pretty damn freaking good, right? So it is really well worth stating that if you back this thing for a physical tier, any physical tier within the first 72 hours, you will get a free D20, like a physical D20. The one you're seeing right here, you will be getting that with your book. Now, there is a free preview PDF to download on this page, link description below, that you can check out for yourself, and you can, but I will be checking this out later in this video and giving you my opinion and why I think this book is really interesting. There's like everything in it, sounds interesting, but there's like one thing that stands out to me that's just really original, and I'm like, why did I not come up with that kind of stuff, right? So let's just take a quick look at what you get for your money and what this exactly is. So in D&D 5th edition, leveling up means getting more abilities and more power. But what of the stories we tell? 450 plus new ways to provide story-based character rewards and mechanical growth options. Boons, blessings, charms, pacts, titles, histories, advanced training, and more. And this is where it's at. This is not a treasure book in the sense that, hey, you walk into a room, you find a chest, roll on a rolling table, here's some treasure you find, or here's the treasure the GM might want to give you, right? This is not treasure. These are boons, blessing, charms, pacts, titles, histories, advanced training, and more. And it is the histories parts that really interests me. There's some good stuff in the preview PDF, I swear. So first of all, let's take a look what they're offering, what you can get for your money. So of course there's a bunch, like look at this artwork. You can see this in the preview PDF in a bit, but like look at this kind of stuff, right? There's digital rewards, there's virtual tabletop rewards, there's all kind of stuff. So let's just take a look at the pledge levels really quickly. It is a bit different from Kickstarter in the sense that the pages are a little bit different than Kickstarter, but more and more creators are moving from Kickstarter to BackerKit because it's just an awesome little thing to have, right? So for $25 you will get yourself a PDF copy. For $45 you will get yourself a PDF copy and one virtual tabletop of your choice: Foundry, Roll20, or Shard Tabletop. If you want to get yourself the physical book, you will be losing out of $60 US, but that comes with the PDF. The creators, as far as I can see, have not chosen to have like a physical reward without the PDF. A lot of creators are starting to do that, like a physical reward without the PDF, and then a reward with the PDF, physical reward with the PDF for like a better combination price. As a consumer, I like this much more. This is just a great price, $60 US for a physical book. And judging from this book, Injuries and Vile Deeds, if it is anything up to par with this thing, $60 US for this and the PDF is a really damn good price. Now, of course, you can get a bunch of other stuff like cards, like dice, all of that stuff. I never go too deep into that stuff. You can pick up the dice as an add-on, but you also get like the D20. So if you only want the D20, just make sure to back it in the first 72 hours. But if you want the entire set, you'll need to be pre-ordering the set. Now, there's one thing I want to talk about really quickly here as well, because it's really damn important. You can also get Injuries and Vile Deeds, the book I'm holding in my hands right here, for $60 as an add-on. Which is, I think, so, say you want both books in PDF and you want both books in physical, $120, which is about like 100, maybe 110 euros. It is really a good way to get into Lone Colossal Games' books library. I think it is really cool. They even have like I won't be charging for shipping and handling until just before the products are ready to ship. I will collect this via the Pledge Manager. So these are estimated prices. Everything can change in the world, but I just wanted to put that out there that you can also get Injuries and Vile Deeds. Oh, by the way, really quickly, Injuries and Vile Deeds also comes with these card decks, spell cards, and there's some spells in here that are really wicked, really wicked. I can't wait to review this stuff. So the spell cards you can get for an extra add-on, and then there's this little tiny box with Injuries and Vile Deeds. These are injury cards, right? So little injury cards that give you an injury with a short-term effect, and then the long-term effect of that injury. It's really well done. It's so well put together, and it just promises a lot about Tome of Intangible Treasures. So without further ado, let's take a look at the preview PDF. And here it is, the Tome of Intangible Treasures backer preview. If you signed up for the preview page of this project, you will already have this. You could already see this, but now that the project is live, everybody can download it and everybody can check it out to see if it is for them. Now, it is what I said it was. It is a book full of boons, blessings, pacts, all of that stuff. And all of that stuff is really, really interesting. They just go in really quickly, like what is a boon or a blessing. They will go into what is a charm, what are pacts, with some examples, some really ready to use examples. There is, for example, the first one in here is already really interesting. I found this one really cool for role-playing potential. You have been blessed with a shifting form that never appears exactly the same to others. You can change your face at will into any other face. Minor details of your face also constantly shift and change. A freckle here, a hair there, subtly disturbing those around you, granting you a +2 bonus to intimidation checks. I really like the role-playing potential there. I really like that it is more than just a mechanical thing. It is also just like, hey, details of your face, like a freckle here and the hair there or whatever, change constantly. It's like my freckle, the one that you see right here, would be suddenly on that side, and people who don't like really know me or would be like, there's something different about you, but I cannot really put my finger on it, and people are like really disturbed by that in a indirect way, which I think is really cool. There is boons and blessings, primal boons and blessings. So there's from the gods, there's from the unholy boons and blessings. All of that stuff is in here, which I think is cool. There are charms. Charms are similar to boons but are limited. So a charm is more like a magic item. a potion that does a thing, but instead of you having a physical potion, you basically have a charm, which is it's something you cannot touch per se. It could be like inside of you, and in the cipher system we have like subtle ciphers. We call that subtle ciphers, but in 5th edition you could call that a charm. For example, let's just take one here. I had one really interesting here. Charm of Stone's Might. You have been infused with a small fragment of the Earth's power. You can expend this charm to enhance your strikes with the power of the Earth for 1 minute. While your strikes are enhanced in this way, you deal an additional 1d4 bludgeoning damage at the first time you hit with an attack each turn. The targets must make a DC 13 strength saving throw or be knocked prone. Charm of the Stone's Might. Every time you use a charm, it's gone. It's the same as a blessing, but a blessing is like for always or until you lose it because the gods start to dislike you or whatever. A charm is a charm. A pact is stronger than a boon, but it comes with a downside. It comes at a cost. So that's what a pact is. Now, all of this, there's a bunch of stuff you need to check out for yourself. Everything in here is already very usable for your game, but it is the histories part that I find the most interesting. And I never really thought about this. Most backstories, like all of the helpful stuff in like books where you can create backstories with your background and with like IDs for your backstory, all of that stuff, it's always like, maybe they don't state it in the books, but at least it feels that way. It's also almost always for a level 1 or maximum of level 3 creature. Now, here they say at 6th, 11th, and 16th level, a character gains a history. Each time the character's player should work with their GM to determine which history is most suited for the character based on the actions they've taken so far. So, let's say you built a 6th level character. There aren't a lot of books out there that help you build a level 6 character with a level 6 backstory, which I think is really great. Most people are like, yeah, you know, I was in the army, or, you know, I slayed a freaking Hydra and I did some adventuring and that's it, right? This really helps you with that. These are backgrounds, but they're not really backgrounds. So all of these have a suggested story requirement, an adventure. So an assassin, for example, you have a suggested story requirement. You have taken on and completed a major assassination contract. Kind of the same like in 3rd edition, where if you want to become the assassin subclass for the rogue, you need to assassinate somebody to become an assassin. You gain deception or stealth skill. Your skills are well known for those in the circles of the underworld, and you can regularly find work as an assassin at premium prices. Your contracts include insurance against retaliation by law enforcement. So, suggested adventures. So, let's just take a look at this. If the character is being created at level 6 or higher, the player should similarly to their background write a short, about 1 paragraph, description of a defining adventure that character had, and then determine which story is most fitting for the described adventure. If none of them seem to fit, use them as inspiration to create your own. So all of these have a suggested adventure. You can roll a d6 for that. So for example, you roll a 2. I served the royal family as their private killer for a time. Number 6, I trained under a great master of the killing arts in pursuit of a vengeance against the one that wronged me. So these are histories, and every time you gain a 6th level, an 11th level, or a 16th level, you get one of these histories depending on what you've been doing in the campaign and what your GM says you can or cannot take. Holy Knight, Firewalker, Earth Strider, Student of the Arcane, all of that stuff. Then, so I think this is really interesting. Creating higher level characters with backstories that make sense is something that people need to do more, right? So titles is also very cool, but then there's advanced trainings. I like advanced training as well. In some cases, you can undergo
special training to join the ranks of a special group, or under the tutelage of a master of your arts, or even potentially become the first of your kind after spending much time and effort developing your skills. Advanced training grant benefits based on combinations of class levels you have via multi-classing combinations of skills or other social qualifiers, which could include a title or history. So sometimes you need to have a certain title, a certain history to be eligible for certain training. But I really like this. For example, let's say you wanna be, I don't know, let's just take one here. Wilderness Scout. The pre-requirement of a Wilderness Scout is at least 3 levels in Ranger or Rogue and 2 in the other. So you need to be a multi-class Ranger Rogue. So 3 in either Ranger or Rogue, and then 2 in the other one, right? Then you can go into a special training, which is probably like a downtime activity you do in between sessions, and there's might be like a few weeks that pass by or something like that, and then you have that training from somebody. Whenever you would deal sneak attack damage while in your favorite terrain, as specified by your natural explorer class feature, your sneak attack dice increases to D8s, and you roll an additional sneak attack die. You lose the benefit of this training if the difference in your Ranger and Rogue levels become larger than half your proficiency bonus rounded up. Like, this is real specialization, sorry. It is like, you need to be exact and to do exact things to get these advanced trainings. Now, these advanced trainings are pretty powerful, so it makes a lot of sense. And as you can notice from this, and I will be reviewing this book once it comes out, like more in detail, more about like the details of this. But as you can see from this preview PDF, everything in here is not per se built to make your character stronger. Well, it is built to make your character stronger. It is not per se mechanical stuff. It is not per se role-playing stuff. It is a combination of the two to create storytelling. And to have your character be more than just a pile of numbers that you accidentally pick up through leveling up and looking at a freaking table in a book, and there's like, oh, I got this, I get this, I get this. No, everything you get from this book has to make sense for your character. Like when you level up as a wizard, for example, a vanilla 5th edition wizard, you pick a few spells, but you never explain why and how you gain those spells when you gain a new level, right? So, well, most people don't. They just pick, oh, I get to pick 2 new spells. Pick, done with it, right? They write them down, done with it. With these treasures, so to speak, they are... You have to have reasons to take like these boons, to take these blessings, to take this training, to take this history, to take this pact, right? So that is why Tome of Intangible Treasures really intrigues me, and I cannot get my wait to get my hands on the final product. So if it is for you, if it sounds for you, make sure to click the link in the description below, consider backing it. Until next video, bye-bye.